Welcome to the Chewing the Fat podcast, where real topics are discussed by fake individuals with fake opinions. Even if it's the host or the guest, don't take them seriously. And if you do get offended, guess what? Shit happens. Leave it below in the comment section. Let's roll. What's going on, nation? Me, Dan DeVille, Jay For Real, back with Chewing the Fat podcast, and we got a haymaker for you, no pun intended. Pretty sure a lot of y'all already know we got a situation on our hands. Not Quinton Jackson Rampage, this time his son Roger involved in a situation that I know some of y'all are going to hate to hear it, but I honestly don't think he's at fault at this whole thing. I know you got to be responsible for your actions, but I think his actions were responsible in retaliation in response for what happened to him. And so what we're going to do is, if you're not familiar with this situation, we're going to show the videos and walk kind of up in sequence, because I don't think a lot of people are walking it up in sequence. A lot of people just want to show you the video of Roger slamming this dude, laying haymakers, and then in that context, you just look like, okay, Roger just went crazy and just assaulted a man. So me and Dan DeVille,
Brawl all over again.
Right. Cincinnati Brawl all over. Like, we talked about that, right? Cincinnati Brawl was on. You saw, the black people want to call them savages in the street, beating up on good civilian white people.
Anything like
this is crazy.
Oh my God.
Right. And then next thing you know, a video surfaces of what led to that was a white guy assaulting a black guy and being belligerent, and you got your ass kicked in response. Now shit quiet. Right? Exactly. So I think this is a similar, like Dan DeVille said, I think it's a similar dynamic. And I do believe once the video that we show first starts getting just as much traction as the video that sparked all of this off, it was going to start dying down again, because now it's going to be full context. Okay, like, damn, he assaulted him, and then we'll walk it up, right? So we're going to show the first video first, coming into it. So getting up to this is what we got backstage. Roger as a guest, invited by his homeboy, his friend, and he's introducing Roger to the other wrestlers in the camp. And so how that goes is like this. All right, so we're gonna walk this up for y'all. So here we go right here.
Worst part about it being that this guy took one of these prop cans to Roger's head, not knowing that Roger was already recovering from a concussion that he got in light sparring from a spinning kick.
Okay, so right there, nation, we got a guy who is backstage as a guest talking to other wrestlers, and this guy comes up out of nowhere. First of all, if you didn't see the video prior to this, he comes up out of nowhere and basically cracks Roger across the head. Right. Thank you, my brother. Thank you. With a can. That's assault. Off rip, that's assault. Roger's not part of the cast. He's not part of the studio. He's a guest on behalf of another wrestler there, and this guy assaults him on track. So now we're going to show you the video post the can crack, and we're going to let you see the mannerisms that take place there. All right, so that's what we're going to do.
Is not one of them and is not one of the workers.
He's not a fucking worker, bro. Calm down.
Yeah, what the fuck was that?
You're good.
What the fuck was that?
You don't sell it? Dude, he's not a fucking worker, bro.
What the fuck was that? Hold on. I don't play that shit, bro.
Oh, sorry.
Nah, I will fuck him up, bro.
I know you will.
After telling
Now look at that shit. Like, even after he done told him, like, what the fuck, Roger, that's like, what the fuck you doing? Right, he not a worker. This motherfucker still grabbing Roger, talking about, you gonna sell it, what you gonna do? Like, man, what the fuck, bro? Dan DeVille. Before we even get to the other part, because we got 2 more video clips to show y'all, so stay tuned, because we're gonna get into all that shit. Where is your mind right now at this level?
Brother, my mind at that level right now, and really watching this again, let me throw some advice out there for the nation. And Raj, sue them motherfuckers, Raj, because this is why. They've got general liability insurance. They've got abuse and assault and molestation insurance. You understand? They also have an umbrella policy. You understand? We've got video. You were invited there as a guest by one of their employees.
Correct.
You understand? So they are liable. You were assaulted by one of their employees. They're doubly liable. You know, we can continue to dive into this. Roger, go ahead and file the claim. Get your money there. What they coming at you for whatever else, we'll talk about. But as it says right now, for what we've seen, Roger, file your claim, maximize on every limit that they got on the umbrella policy, on that general liability, because that covers bodily injury and property damage. You got bodily injury from that. They hurt you. Abuse, molestation, and assault. You know, you were just abused and assaulted.
Facts.
It's right there, Roger.
Facts.
That's what I see.
Right. And keep in mind also people prior to Roger arriving there that morning, he was already throwing up. He had did a live on his kick that he was already throwing up because he was still recovering from the concussion. So he's still ill affected or impacted by concussion recovery. And as some of you know, concussion recovery is no certain time on when your body or when your mind fully starts attaching everything that's been detached and you just kind of come to. And even after that, there's still prolonged effects. Right. Right. That's why you got CTE. That's why sometimes, rest in peace, you have football players killing themselves or killing their families of undisclosed CTE effects, and then everybody just writing it off. Well, here you go. And now, like Brother Dan DeVille said, we're gonna walk this up, because what happens after this is, and this is what a lot of people don't keep hitting on and talking about leading up to this, to put everything in context. They basically understand that there's a fuck up on their part. Yeah. Their worker fucked up. We just assaulted a guy backstage on our property, during our presentation, during our broadcast, doing all of this. Okay, so what do we do? Hey, listen, this is what we're going to do. Roger, listen, he's going to be in the ring tonight. We're going to bring you and your trainer up front side. Y'all going to be up front. We're going to bring you in the part of the show. How you feel about that, right? Because they know you got a kick. We know you stream. We know you got all that. So we want to bring you into the show. How about that? That's kind of like a peace offering people. Hopefully, like, if this happens, then maybe he won't sue us type shit. Well, this is, again, where you now become liable because you put Roger into that show knowing the heated situation that just took place. You probably likely didn't know that he was still recovering from concussion. So you put somebody up there not fully sound to make decisions, right? In a letter of a law, we can probably dig down in and find a way to, like, he was not sound to put him in the situation for him to be able to make the proper decisions according to the way y'all wanted the act to go. And you put him in there with somebody. Right. You need a medical clearance before you even put him in there. You're supposed to get a medical clearance. You didn't even do, this is not a guy that you vetted. This is not a guy that you checked. This is a guy that's a guest. You didn't go through the proper channels to be sure, like you did with the rest of your workers before you put them in the ring, to therefore abide by your insurance claim. So coming up to that, this is what they ended up getting. So Roger right there slams the guy. Bam. It's hammer time. It's hammer time.
Go to work. God damn, my dude. Go to work. Work him. Work him. Work him. Work him. Work him.
There
work
it is.
Him. That's what I'm talking about. Work him. Get your hands off him. Work him.
And then following that, this is what you got right here.
I got too excited. Lord.
Right. And this is what you got right here is, look, they're trying to, you got 4 people trying to control him. 4 people trying to control him. Like, he's out of his mind right there. He's out of his mind right there.
You've been circled around by 4 different, motherfuckers athletes that want to assault you.
Right. That's how you feel.
You understand? And he the smallest one.
The smallest one. I think there was a midget in there, but I'm not sure. But Roger's the smallest one.
Count.
That don't count.
Yeah, man. So no offense. No offense,
little people.
I don't know what to call you, but anybody under 4 feet.
Right.
No offense. I like y'all too.
Right.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Y'all get some places I can't. For sure.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
But yeah, man, I'm not on board with this whole Cincinnati perspective again, trying to point him out, trying to make it like he's the villain and make it like the other guy's the victim. No, the other guy played a stupid game and he got a stupid prize. The association or the organization that holds this event was totally irresponsible on not only their actions to suggest it, but their actions to push it forward, and then to basically engage this whole prompt in this act with somebody who assaulted a man and put him in the ring in a combative situation. So in a combative situation with somebody that is still suffering concussion symptoms, who just finished throwing up that morning, you don't know where the hell his mind went to as soon as he clicked and did a combative move. It was a wrap. It was a wrap on that. And you could literally see Rogers out of his damn mind. And it took like 4 people, 2 people bigger than him, to finally get him into a situation, into a corner where they were holding the ropes to hold him back. Yo, like, I'm not feeling this whole Roger losing his kick, losing his streaming ability, losing a stream of revenue, all of this shit, and this guy's going to be looked at like the victim. I'm pretty sure this shit's going to die down. I don't want to see any jail time for Roger, period.
No.
Period.
He didn't do nothing wrong.
Not whatsoever.
They invited him.
They invited him, and they set up the situation.
Exactly.
They. That's what it is. They. Yes, Roger went into the ring. Yes, Roger slammed him. Yes, Roger laid some damn blows. But he wasn't the first person to lay the blow. What he laid his blow with hands. This dude took a can to his face.
Right.
Come on, people. Like I'm not buying that shit. Now there is something circulating out there like all of this could be staged. I don't think so. I'm trying to, because I've been trying to sit here. What would be the reason for it all to be staged at this level? This level don't get Roger shit. This is something that I think naturally unfolded due to a belligerent drunk motherfucker picking on the little small black guy that he thought was all cool to do, and he thought it was going to be some fun shit. And he probably done got away with it before, and that's his thing to do, is to walk up and challenge somebody who's just coming into their home, and I'm going to let you know I'm the big dog type situation.
Right. I'm going to show you something.
Yeah, I'm going to show you. And you really can kind of tell by the rest of the rest of the crew, the rest of the wrestlers, why they act like this just who he is, man. Just, you could tell by this is not new. This is not something new to them seeing. This is a dumb motherfucker doing some shit. But, yo, he's not a worker this time, bro. You doing this shit to somebody that's not a part of our shit. So, yeah.
They don't know who they playing with, man.
They found out. You fucked around and found out. You know.
I'll tell you what I've seen, bro. I've seen boxers, and boxers and wrestlers can play around in that arena together.
Okay,
I've never seen an MMA fighter play fight.
Oh, good point.
You know, man. From the time I was doing MMA training and all
right.
this,
Matter of fact, you're sure right.
It's
a different mentality.
They are, man. They are some of the nicest people in the world, man, because they don't want to turn that on.
Boom. There you go. There you
You
go.
understand?
Because once it's clicked, bro, it's clicked. Right.
It's
clicked.
eliminate the threat.
True.
You know what I'm saying?
By
Make
any
them
means
submit
necessary.
or make them stop moving.
True.
You know, and that's what happened. That's what happened. The kid stopped it.
Yep.
He stopped the big joker, man, and nobody in that WWE scenario thought this through. Why in the hell would you put an MMA fighter in the ring with somebody that he just had an altercation with? Why would you put an MMA fighter in the ring with anybody? Period. For a real fight.
For a real fight. Right. For a real fight. This is not something that you and your manager had staged up for the last couple of months to guess, and we got all this worked out, and come on in, we're going to walk through it. You're going to come through the stage and all this, and you know what's going on, like A, B, C, D is going to happen. That's not this. This is not this. No. And even those people are going to be vetted. That's crazy.
Throw him in the ring. Let him settle it in the ring.
Right, yeah.
And he settled it.
And I'm going to tell you right now, the words that were used were pretty much, I'm paraphrasing, but the context of the words that were used is, we're going to allow you to get your lick back, pretty much. That's what it was. We're going to allow you to get your ticket back.
And he did.
He punched the fuck out of that motherfucking ticket.
What's the problem? I don't understand.
Like, he punched the fuck out of that shit.
When Big Man wanted to slam beer cans and he wanted the big time,
right,
and he wanted to swell up on the young brother, you know, because he thought he was going to bully somebody.
Correct.
It was no problem there. He was big and bad.
Correct.
All that big and bad, when it got into the ring, it ain't nobody else's job to protect you.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? You wrote that check. You know, and it came due.
It sure did. Cash that shit right in.
It came due.
Cashed it
right in. You know,
right
big
in.
Bad motherfucker, why you need help? Because your light's been cut out. You know, Georgia Power hit your motherfucker. You know,
right off.
You know, now
right
you gonna help, man. It's always the big bad bullies, you know, want to play bad,
True.
and pick on the smaller people until that one, again, it's the David and Goliath, until that one come and knock your damn head off.
Knock your head off.
You understand? And
right.
keep going on about their day, sit down and eat their dinner and not think twice about it. You told me, man, he still down there? Man, try to get him off the grass. Man, shit bothers me.
That's how it goes,
looking
bro.
at that out there.
That's how it goes.
Man.
So, yeah.
Ridiculousness, bro. Ridiculous.
Hey, I hope
how
this
you a
helps.
fighter?
But right. How are you a fighter? So I hope that this adds a bit more context to the situation. Like I said, I feel there's a lot of people just trying to eat off the dramatic side of this, where Raja's doing all the attacking and not trying to walk it all the way up as we did. We could have easily just showed y'all the first video, like a lot of people are, just talked about Raja and talked about that and just kept showing that video. But I felt me and Dan DeVille wanted to show y'all a bigger picture so you all could really see what's going on, and then you decide where you would be. And I ask you this, nation, put yourself in that same situation. Put yourself in that same situation. You back there as a guest, a motherfucker walk up to you and crack you in your head with a can. Now, I know some of y'all gonna be like, I'm leaving. Okay, but you still got cracked across your head, so you leaving. Or some of y'all gonna be like, no, I ain't with this bullshit. And I'm gonna be like, I ain't with this bullshit. You might be lucky if I don't pull out on your ass for real. Because that shit right there is crazy work.
You said something good, Brother Jade. I hate to interrupt you. I just want to throw
Go
this
ahead.
in there just so the nation can think and really get what you're saying.
Facts.
Nation, if you happen to go to your wife or your husband's job, hey, I'm gonna go, take my wife some flowers.
Right.
And John did that work, in some department with your wife, his big goof ass come and hit you in the back of the head with a pencil sharp.
Bow.
You just go in front of your wife. You know what I'm saying? You just gonna say, oh shit, well let me go home.
Well, you ain't getting no more pussy.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Johnny gonna get all the pussy, not you. You know what I'm saying? Or you gonna go ahead and put belt to ass, like Pootie Tang. What you know what I'm saying?
Not a time, my man, damn it.
Why the time, my damn it?
I like the way you frame that up, Brother Dandeville. I like the way you frame that up because more people can relate to that situation of an environment, and I like that. Yeah, y'all sit on that.
We just want to paint the picture for the nation. We ain't just here just talking and just spewing things out.
No.
We want to paint the picture so you can dig where we coming from and why we thinking the way that we thinking.
There we go. And you know what, man, Brother
What's up,
Dandeville, like Brother Dandeville say, as we get ready to close this out, tell him, man.
Shit, ass, grass, hash, and beer. Goodbye.